the face mask I'm wearing is still a reminder that coronavirus is still with us. So we are still all enjoying to keep ourselves safe and secured. We are asked to keep to all the protocols as directed by the World Health Organization on all national disease control agencies. The Delta variant of the virus is still around, killing many people in many nations. Nigeria, the cases are going higher, and the NCDC and the Presidential Steering Committee have advised that we must all keep to the rules so that we will be safe and secured. Welcome to the program today. Yes, a lot of things has happened since the last time we came on air. One of the things is the case of the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari. A lot of people have sent messages that Security Watch should say something. They want Security Watch to say, but we are putting up a report, and until that report is ready, we'll keep our views still with us. The report will say what we think about this, and good thing there's a panel that is looking into it. Competent officers are looking into it. So until then, let's keep watch. Everybody should be patient to wait for the result of the panel. Yes, still with the Nigeria Police Force, during the week, some officers who were promoted were decorated recently. One very thing that is outstanding is that at the decoration ceremony, the Chief of Army Staff, the Corps Marshal of Federal Road Safety Commission, we were all there, which shows the jointness and the togetherness that is being preached, and is very, very encouraging. We must commend the Inspector General of Police for that initiative of inviting his colleagues from other services, and congratulate all those officers who were promoted and decorated. One of them, I must congratulate him especially, is the AIG Balachiruma, the man who was in charge of policing in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. Now he's made an AIG and is in charge of Zone 7, still keeping FCT under his watch, and we wish him well. There are so many other friends of Security Watch Security Watch Africa who are also promoted. We wish you well in your new postings. Yes, let's come straight to our program today. Today, I have a very close part of Security Watch Africa. Is a member of the board of Security Watch Africa trustees, and is all over the world. In fact, I said when he was in service, he was active, but out of service, he's even more active than he used to be before, so he never have rest. I will unveil him when we start up the topic. Well, we're looking at the quest for integration, peace and security in Nigeria. Is it possible? A lot of people have asked a lot of questions. Some people yesterday was telling me that the problem with Nigeria, or problem in Nigeria, cannot be solved. I found that, I told him, no, it's not possible. We must find solution. We must get integrated. And we'll be looking at that shortly after this report on what happened at the Army headquarters by Shuli Daniels.
In the drive to improve the welfare and development of wives of the Nigerian Army officers and soldiers, the National President of Nigerian Army Wives Association, NAOWA, Mrs. Salamatu Yahaya, led other executives of the association to pay a courtesy visit on the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, to forge a strategic partnership in bolstering the welfare of the Nigerian Army personnel. Speaking on the essence of the visit, Mrs. Yahaya, while congratulating the Chief of Army Staff for his recent appointment, thanked the Army leadership for their support to NAOWA, which helped them to reach out to over 200 officers and soldiers' widows during the recently celebrated Nigerian Army Day celebration, NASL 2021.
We always have it at the back of our minds that without the Nigerian Army, our activities, dreams, and aspirations may not come to fruition. We are proud to say, therefore, that NAOWA has successfully established and operated schools, colleges, vocational centers, and businesses for many years through Nigerian Army unwavering support. Having said this, sir, may I convey our special appreciation to you for the tremendous sponsorship and support of our humanitarian outreach during the Nigerian Army Day celebration, NATCEL 2021. It may interest you to know that with your support, NAOA at the national level was able to reach out to 284 Army personnel widows via our chapters nationwide. We were also able to reach out to over 5,000 IDPs in Wasa IDP camp with relief materials. We were able to renovate their mobile clinic and equip it with medical equipment as well as consumables. We also visited Abuja Children's Home Karu, where we donated relief materials, renovated and donated beddings for the clinic, adults and babies hostels.
She also appreciated the Nigerian Army for sponsoring the establishment of schools across the Federation.
We intend to embark on a visit to NAOA facilities in 8th Division, Chapter Sokoto, which will mark my maiden visit to NAOA at various divisions. I therefore wish to passionately appeal for your continuous intervention to enable us initiate and sustain NAOA goals and objectives.
In his response, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, thanked the NAOA President and her executive members for their visit and their humanitarian activities.
Let me, on behalf of all of us, thank you, appreciate the call with their distinguished members. I think the wife of almost all the parental staff officers are here and others in your entourage to pay this courtesy call. And we cannot but appreciate you for this visit. I also want to appreciate the NAOA as a body and what the association stands for, particularly charity, human development, particularly focused on our barracks and barracks community, our children, our wards, including wives, and to a great extent, even husbands. You have outlined many activities you have done within this short period. I will only urge you to continue in that drive. And we at Army Headquarters here will continue to support your activities.
General Yahaya also commended them for standing by their husbands and keeping the home front intact.
I want to appreciate and commend our wives for all the support of keeping the home front. And I urge you not to relent in your effort in that support, including especially prayers for us, dear husbands, for all the job. The home has to be stable for somebody to act well and do well. So I urge you to please continue in that drive to support your husbands and by extension support the Nigerian Army in holding the home front, make it stable so that we'll have very good frame of mind to do this national assignment.
Shirley Daniels, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Yes, that is good. It's good to get the home front well organized so that the men outside will do the work properly. Yes, to our topic today, and let me first of all unveil my guest. I know he's not my guest because he's familiar with this terrain. He's been one of us. I am talking about Brigadier General Sani K. Usman. He's retired, but not tired, really, I must say so. He's looking fresher than when he was in the service. He was a former Director of Army Public Relations. He is a consultant with the Nigerian Resource Center. He is a member of, executive council member of NIPR. So everything so much, you've been so busy. It's a pleasure to have you in the studio.
It is also my great pleasure.
I must say that
to
get you in the studio, so many engagements, but it's a pleasure to really have you. And he, like I said earlier, he is a member of the Board of Trustees of Security Watch Africa Initiatives. So let's look at this. It seems that a lot of Nigerians really have lost hope in the country, Nigeria. Well, is that a statement of fact? Do you think it's so? And is there any reason for that?
Well, I think it's just a matter of individuals or groups' opinion. There are others of similar view, but there are others, overwhelming majority, that thought or think otherwise. And it is on that basis that actually the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, realizing that Nigeria is, facing quite enormous challenges that border on socio-economic, but most importantly, security challenges. There are, security challenges that manifest themselves in terrorism, insurgency, secessionist agitations, banditry, and kidnapping. And over time, some people tend to lose hope, just like you mentioned. And there is overstretching of our weakest links and fault lines to unimaginable proportion that you begin to think that Nigeria is a hopeless case. But that is not true. Because the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, which is all about relationship building, fostering cordial and mutual coexistence, and various stakeholders deem it necessary, and more so being a credible professional association that is composed of credible Nigerians that have the capacity and the professional without to come together and think of National Nigerian Institute of Public Relations Citizens Summit on national integration, peace, and security. The essence of it actually is the fact that various components of Nigerian society are feeling aggrieved or kind of disenchanted, and nobody seems to shift position. And that is the essence of public relations. We felt challenged that we have to do something. And consequently, a national organizing committee for the summit was inaugurated, and it has 14 subcommittees. Thankfully, I was made to understand you are also a member of one of those subcommittees. And beyond that, we were able to get buy-in of about, so far, 39 associations and component groups cutting across the diverse socio-economic, ethno-religious, and professional groupings of Nigerian society. And we are still counting. And the way we intend to do it, we are starting at state level already. We have already hit the ground running, but things will pick up in earnest by next month, September, going through the zonal levels, the 6 geopolitical zones, and of course, we will, by October, have the 7th, which is diaspora. Possibly NIPR, in its wisdom, has decided that in addition to 6 geopolitical zones, the 7th geopolitical zone is now Nigerians in diaspora, because they are a force to be reckoned with. And the various components of Nigerian society, the youth, the women, and other trade organizations, they have already keyed in. And beyond that, even the ministries department, in fact, the government itself, has already also take cognizance of that fact. And after that, by November, we will have the national, summit here in Abuja. So the essence of it actually, over time, Nigerians have just been talking to themselves. I mean, nobody is talking with each other. There is marked difference to talk to someone as compared to talking with someone. We want to have a meaningful conversations. What are those issues that we think Nigerians share in common? What are those issues that we need to really talk about so that we have a sound, understanding or fair understanding of each other so that we can move this nation forward? And I know people will be concerned. Over time, we have had instances where such, compacts and summit. But the difference with this is the fact that Nigerian Institute of Public Relations had been in the forefront of enhancing mutual relationship among the components of Nigerian society, and they have tremendous goodwill, and is composed of credible individuals cutting across various parts of the country, and they are putting all they have to ensure the success of this. And beyond that, again, The government is also involved. So it is not just question of, having a tea party. This is a very serious business that we call on every Nigerian to support it to ensure that we have a better country after this.
Okay. Now, so many ethno-religious groups or zonal groupings had called for national conference to discuss Nigeria and all that. Now, this is citizen-driven. And what difference do you think it makes if it's convoked by the government or by the citizens themselves? Because this one is, like the way you're saying it, is by the citizens. What's the difference?
The difference is that public relations is a profession that is apolitical.
Okay.
We do not represent any interest other than professional well-being. I mean, professionalism. And apart from that, the well-being of the Nigerian state. Basically, that's what makes the difference. So everybody has a sense of belonging in the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. And beyond that, there are other professional groups and interest groups that have keyed in, realizing the fact that, yes, public relations is more or less like an arbiter, because public relations is not, at the behest of a particular interest other than the Nigerian interest. So that's what makes the difference. And this time around, they trusted us enough to ensure that we can be able to do that. And of course, we are also having the buy-in of those key policy makers, legislators, and those in government to see that whatever recommendations that come out of the summit will definitely have not just implementation strategy, but realistic implementation strategies that will be followed.
Yeah, because that is where I was going to come. In your earlier submission, you did say that Nigeria, there's so many conferences, so many summits being held. Nigerians like to talk. Conferences and seminars are being held, but not actionable. We just talk, and nobody implements it. Are you getting the political will now from those who should act upon the resolution of this summit so that Nigeria can be better?
To answer your question, yes, but I want you to understand the difference between this national summit and the previous ones. Actually, most of those summit or compacts, they are byproducts of kind of ad hoc solution to seemingly problems, by interest groups. It could be government, it could be some other persons. But this time around, it is all-encompassing. It is the Nigerian people that are talking, cutting across the various stratification of the Nigerian society. We have the young and the old, or the youth, the women, and men. So automatically devoid of all those issues that we are talking about the Nigerian state. Not those political or any ethno-religious interest groups. But of course, we take cognizance of the fact that every person has stake in the Nigerian society, and we are providing that avenue and platform so that we discuss and move the nation forward. Okay.
Now, maybe I should say that this is one of the solutions, because in one of the reports carried by our sister online platform, SW Africa News, it just did say that some of these terrorists who terrorize Nigerians are surrendering, and Nigerians are being asked to support the military so that they can finish up this fight. Do you think that Nigerians themselves will be able, through what the NIPR is spearheading, to be able to embrace the military and support all the security agencies really to eradicate or remove all this myriad of security challenges we are having?
Yeah, we are in a very good position, simply because if you look at the professionals that make up the public relations, they are mainly people that either have at one point or the other in their life been at the highest strategic or grand strategic level of the Nigerian society. Some of them had been in governance. Some of them have also been, professionals having practiced public relations all their lives. And they have this tremendous goodwill, respect of the Nigerian society. Therefore, it is a kind of responsibility upon all of us to ensure that Nigerian society take the military and the security agencies as, one component of the Nigerian society that is doing tremendous work on behalf of the society. Therefore, they need all the support. you know, an understanding and cooperation of the citizens. But beyond that, again, if you look at it, take for instance even the issue of counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency, or putting it plainly, war against terrorism. You know, if you look at it, it's composed of two key components, the kinetic and the non-kinetic aspect. The kinetic, you are talking about the boots on the ground, the military component, but the non-kinetic is a kind of soft approach to issue, a kind of carrot and stick. Yeah. And if you look at it, if you are putting it at 100% level, the fight itself, the military component of it is just less than 40%. Yeah. So there is a 60% that the other component of the Nigerian society have to do. And that is where the issue of citizens buy-in, cooperation, support and understanding, as well as prayer, because prayer is equally very important.
Yeah, of course, if I was going to come to that,
so these are the issues. So I can rest assure you what we are doing is quite in order, in the sense that people look up to us. You understand? And we are now acting as a bridge between the Nigerian society and the security forces. And more so, if you look at it, these guys are sacrificing their, you know, leisure, privileges, rights, and sometimes even their lives for the benefit of the Nigerian society. Yeah. So it behoves on us to understand this and see to what extent can we be able to support them to succeed, so that Nigeria, everybody will have sense of belonging, will have peace, will have the security that we dare need, and of course, there will be peace and there will be meaningful development.
Okay. I'll ask you this because when I told somebody that we'll be discussing this issue, and he said, look, please make sure you get me answer to this question here. I'm sure the person is watching. He said, part of the conference discussion, I hope you will be able to touch on the issue of those security men who have talked about that sacrifice their lives. They are not well paid as much as the political class who sit at the comfort. Yes, they are supposed to be the leaders. And so those security men who are on the field, who are in the forests, are not well appreciated by the country Nigeria. Can this be part of this discussion? How well can this be bridged to ensure that these people are better appreciated so they can do more for the country?
Well, I think it is very, very good question, and I really thank him most sincerely, because for people to be concerned about that, I think it shows that they are really kind of good citizens. So, but beyond that, it is also part of the discussion, because there is no way you can think of a better Nigeria if it is not secure. And who does the security of the Nigerian state? It is the security agencies. Of course, there are people that at grand strategic level that give these directions and, you know, providing all the necessary means for them to succeed. But beyond that, we need to understand that they are performing a, you know, important role in the Nigerian society, just like other components of Nigerian society. You can even be a farmer, you can be an artisan, somehow you are contributing to the well-being of the society. So these are the things that we would like to support. These are the kind of things that we would like to encourage, so that everybody will have a sense of belonging, and we have a kind of sense of direction, that everybody will be so happy and proud of the Nigeria that we all yearn for.
Okay. If an individual or organization want to be part of this important summit, is there any way they can get be registered, or how they can participate or be involved?
Yes, you know, during the phases, for instance, the starting point at the state level, we are going to open it to the public. Agreed. A state may be up to 3-4 million. It is very difficult to bring everybody there, but at least there are ways to aggregate people. There will be, in fact, we have started wide publicity so that people will know, and avenues will be open where they can contribute either via email, the social media platforms, and telephones, and what have you.
So I can submit a memo, a memorandum?
Exactly. either you come there physically or you can send in whatever observations or, suggestions that you have. I will aggregate that as time goes on from the state to the zonal level, then to the national level, and we will have a wonderful report that, that is workable, with workable suggestions or recommendations that will enhance cordial relationship and sense of belonging among the components of Nigerian society, so that we will not have all these distractions, and we can hopefully be able to also come out with solutions that will reduce the security challenges that we have been experiencing. Because actually, it is foolhardy for anybody to say that a society will be bereft of, one form of security. But let it be at appreciable level, given the kind of 200 million Nigerians that we have, that is manageable, that you have a sense of belonging. You can pick your car and go to anywhere, and you can go to, ATM machine at any time of the day or night without fear of, for your life or your property or stuff like that.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we must leave for that progress to continue. But really, we'll continue this discussion. It won't stop here because a lot still needs to be done. Security Watch Africa is part of this, and that communication is also part of this. We'll be talking with you later on more on these issues. And by the way, he is a Publicity Secretary of the alumni of the National Institute. Yes, you can see the badge here. So a lot to be done. So really, it's a pleasure to have you on the program today, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me.
Yes, you have to pardon us because we have to leave for other programs to continue. But you can watch this and previous editions of this program on our YouTube channel, Security Watch Africa, so you can follow up on all our discussions and reports. Until we come your way again next week, I say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.